Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this 6v6 season 47 matchup. It's week 7 between MANDEM and The Last Resort. This is up for all the marbles. MANDEM, they're already in the playoffs, but TLR, they need some points. I am Peter, we've got John on production, and I am joined by Ben Pickle Lover. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah, it's that all-important time of the season now. We're ticking down to these last few games of the league play part before playoffs come round, and for MANDEM, bit of a pressure lifted on their shoulders. They're already shooting up at the top of the table on, I believe, 33 points or something already. It's absolutely crazy. MANDEM just tearing away with it so far. But on the other side, TLR, the reigning champions, might not be making it all the way. They need a result today. Otherwise, they could not have a chance to retain their title.
Yes. So to give you guys an idea, TLR are currently placed 5th with 17 points. Sketa, they're 4th place with 18 points. So they need probably a map win. And the big problem is that right below TLR, you have NANDEM. They're 2 points behind, so they're on 15 points. And NANDEM is playing Sketa. So NANDEM and Sketa, they're getting points somehow between those two teams. They can't both lose. So TLR, they need some points here, and then they probably need NANDEM to get more points than Sketa out of their matchup. So TLR, if they really want to get in, they need 6 points. 3 points is possible. 2 points is probably game over.
Yeah, 2 points is certainly game over. But yeah, 3 points and above is what they need. But honestly, they really need 6, to be quite honest. Like the amount of other things that have to go their way if they start getting like 3-4 points or whatever. Even 6 points is not enough because, like you say, Sketa could just wipe NANDEM tomorrow, and then it would be all over for TLR's hopes. But the best that they can do, the best they can try. What we get yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you have to do here if you're TLR, you just have to go into playoff mode because we all know MANDEM can't win in the playoffs, right? 3rd place curse, you just activate it early. That's the only way you can really go about this, I feel. But also, I'm just looking at recent results here for TLR. It's not like they've been getting better over the season. They've just kind of been middling all season long. It's been kind of weird. This season doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. Basically, the best prediction so far this season has been random.org, right?
Yep, on my screen, random.org got nearly everything correct, but no one else has, so...
Yeah, if you use brain cells to figure out this season, you're at a disadvantage. I think that is just true. But let's actually look at some map picks here, because we actually do have the map pick and bans. Ryan just gave them to us. Usually we have to like actually really wring that out of them, but he just gave it for free. So let's take a look at that, shall we?
We'll be starting over on Granary, which is MANDEM's pick, and I've got to say, they're a team that's won basically everything so far this season. The maps they played, they dropped that one map, that 3-2 to Sketa on product earlier on, but every other map they've looked reasonably comfortable, but they've had some big wins on Granary so far this season. In particular, they had that, was it a 4-1 against 4th through the week as well in Granary? Like, it looked super strong on that. So they're picking that. Process are going to be TLR's pick, but as you can see, Product, Snake, and Sunshine banned out amongst them.
Yeah, like the best I could do with why product was banned was that TLR, they lost product against Werdersliesdorf in the grand final last season. But other than that, I don't really have any insights as to why these teams chose the way they do. I think they just like and dislike these maps, and they would rather play on Granary and Process, which I'm happy about. I'm actually sick of Snakewater and Granary and Process. They tend to be pretty fun maps. You know, they can both stalemate, but at least you have people coming flying through the chokes or actually demolishing everything on mid.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can talk maybe a little bit about the rosters for this one, because I guess it's maybe not the most common thing in the world, but TLR have changed rosters partway through this season. They had Gigi on the Soldier beforehand, and Mathers returning back from that winning team last season, coming in to take the spot, I believe, after week 3 or maybe week 4. But like you say, the results haven't really changed too much. Seems like they were performing to perhaps some sort of similar level. But over on MANDEM's side, their run's looking good, as no changes on their end, same as usual, and they're hoping to keep the consistency and make it work.
Yeah, like so usually with TLR we have Sam's doing a ton of damage. Granary, I would say in general it's pretty decent for Demo Man, but it's actually also one of those maps where you can absolutely just bomb the Demo Man out and really punish him for being aggressive. Like, I definitely remember seeing Lucas having some real stinkers on Granary. So yeah, you can shut down Demo Man if you play it right and they're not being careful. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But then otherwise, just Ryan and Mattis back on the soldier combo, that one prem. You would love to see it. And then obviously they've got is Pandemic back? He is, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Not quite joined the server yet, but Pandemic is here with Flick on the two scouts for TLR. So it's the same roster as last season, except Muller for June. But yeah, they won last season. They showed what they were capable of, and they came up with the second seed, I think, after regular season, and then obviously beat MANDEM, beat the Germans to take that one home in the closest Prem final we've had in quite some time. But again, they might not be there this time. They've got to win this one and have results go their way.
It's kind of
pretty tough opponent to have in this final week for them.
Yeah, like they couldn't have had a more difficult week, and ETF2L, they always say they don't seed it, but they definitely seeded it, right? These were the two best teams going into it. That's kind of what ETF2L expected. So this is going to be like the grand final showdown here to see who takes number one. But that is not at all how this season went. I think it's crazy that you have a team that won last season and they might not make playoffs. Like that is really, really extraordinary. And I know we had like a really close season last season as well, right? Like you had 3.5 stars finishing last, and they were good. That was a good team. So it was extremely close throughout the entire board. Whereas this season we actually have like a proper bottom tier team with the Polish team. But yeah, they're about to ready up here. Do you have any prediction here? Do you think TLR can actually get points? Oh, is he dead? Oh,
we're back, I think.
Yeah. All right, Ben's
we're back.
Died
we're back. It's so weird. I've been having trouble with some sound clean, but I could still hear TF2, so something was going wrong in the back end. But we're back now, ready just in time, I believe. As Pandemic's joining the server, we've got 12 players in. We should be ready to get going.
Yeah, I was putting you on the spot. See, I thought you just ducked from the moment because I was asking you, like, do you actually think TLR is going to be able to get some points off of this map? Do you think they have a chance?
It's now or never, I think. I think, honestly, seeing how they coped under pressure last season, because they beat MANDEM in the upper bracket final and also in that really, really clutch moment in that grand final last time running against the Germans. They've shown they can step up when it counts. And on LAN as well, this team, like parts of it, they were part of the team that can second at LAN. They can turn up when they need it. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fight, maybe more so than the league positions would let on. But I've got to say, I still think MANDEM just looks so good. And remember, this is MANDEM in regular season. We haven't got playoff choke MANDEM yet. This is still regular season MANDEM where they just tear up everyone. So I think I'm probably still leaning slightly towards MANDEM's favour for this. But I think, yeah, TLR shouldn't be forgotten, as they proved themselves good in similar scenarios before. Yeah,
I actually, like, logically, I would probably say MANDEM should be it, but I kind of feel like one TLR, they tend to rise to the occasion, and also, like, why should MANDEM care? Right? They don't have that much motivation right now, so they might not be, like, at the peak of their game. Intensity might be a little bit low. So I just have this feeling that we're actually going to see TLR win this. It's going to be granary, so we should probably see some quick rounds, right? You roll mid, you kill med, you kill demo man, you just go into last with a big Ubrad. You're probably going to get some points like that at some point, and then the rest it's going to stalemate out and be a much slower fight in yard. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like 3-2 or 1-3 kind of scoreline, and I'm going to favor TLR, even though, like, if you just look at the season results, definitely MANDEM is favored.
Yeah, absolutely. There is one thing actually, you mentioning there's like not too much on the line, and that is true because MANDEM obviously top of the table, going to be guaranteed first seed no matter what. But there's one player that's June over on the MANDEM side, played for TLR last season, so maybe has perhaps some sort of group of playing his ex-teammates. Obviously a different sort of feeling, but could be one where she's looking to get one back.
Think she's just going to go like, all right, if you see this scout on the top balcony at this exact moment, it means we're doing this mid, and this is how you counter it.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that can happen, right? If you know the entire strat book, obviously things change over time, right? But like, I imagine it's been, to be fair, it's been quite a while, right? It's been like 4 months or so since June was last playing with that roster back since the Prem final, because they had seeds on Medic over at LAN. But yeah, there could be one little thing. But I agree. I think, of course, TLR have far much more on the whole to play for. And their playoff chances on the line. And the best they can do, they've got to light a fire underneath Skedder and Nanda, make sure that they've got something to be pushing for tomorrow, which of course they do anyway, but make sure they've got all the pressure that is needed. But yeah, everyone's in now. It should be looking to go any moment now. First up, Granary. Like they're going to have a process afterwards. But the first up is going to be Mandem's pick. So yeah, getting on with that shortly.
Yeah. All right. Did they? Okay, I think you know what we're waiting for, everyone? Us, the cast, because I think they didn't know whether or not we were ready. But...
It's a classic.
Yeah. I guess maybe some producers always want them to give the ready before they can start, whereas I've always just, I'm just around and they can just start whenever and I'll just adapt. So hopefully they just go in there and just start. But we do have a bit of maybe some pink. Okay. Yeah, Lars also messaged me and asked if we were ready. I was like, yep, just go. But obviously there's that 1.5 minute delay. And we do have some ping issues maybe, but I don't know. I just see Pandemic on 80 ping. I'm pretty sure that's normal, right?
That's Pandemic's used to it, right? Yeah, unfortunate. But to be fair, it doesn't seem to normally affect his game. Doing it pretty damn well, quite consistently. But
I mean, he used to play in Australia, right? I'm pretty sure if you want to get used to bad internet, Australia is the place to be. That's gonna harden you.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
So much.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of other reconnects, so I think Matt is rejoining as well. Just getting ourselves set up. You see, they're waiting, they're getting themselves in the zone, make sure everything's probably perfect. Because, like we say, there's so much on the line for TLR in this. This final could be the final game of the season for them, unless things go their way. But looks like round starting now. We finally made it. The tournament is over, and the tournament can begin. We've got Mandem in the blue, TLR in the red, as the rollouts are about to get ready for this first mid-fight on Mandem's pick of Granary.
Yep, it's win or go home for TLR. If they don't get any points, they are just done. They need at least 3 points. But we'll go there when we get to it. We have both demo men taking quite a lot of damage here. Looks like Sam's has taken significantly more, though, so he's going to be forced back.
Yeah, pressuring Rambos. He's playing a bit slow at the start of this one. No one going for any sort of crazy soldier aggression just yet, but obviously Granary known for it. As big high bomb coming across the front there from Ryan, landing, missing the balcony just about, as actually plays getting caught on the ground. That's Boulder down, Lardux down also. Plays trying to collapse in onto Mula. A couple of rockets going there from Horns, but not quite able to get the kill. Fancy caught out as Doom and Inso have got behind into enemy garage. This is going to be potentially awkward to get back in with. Going to use the Uber across onto Mula, getting a kill on Mula with 96% on it. And they're going to escape with Inso.
That couldn't have gone any better. They didn't just escape, they got the enemy medic as well. That is crazy turnaround there. It was such a good mid for the TLR soldiers. They did so much work. Absolutely won them the team that mid, or so they thought, before the Inso Uber just comes barreling in here. They're going to jump in the Haunts to create some space, and he does create space, but he doesn't block the cap, and he actually ends up dying for it as well. So pretty nice hold there from TLR. They're going to delay this cap here on mid quite a bit, and they're actually going to contest it and fight it as well. Ryan's going to get air shot and just dance around in the skybox. This is actually
they're dropping players,
so
though.
dire. Oh, no.
Lardux in, gets the scout as well. Mula going to try and escape, but it's going to be such a hard job. Scout's chasing down the Olga, and Mula hits the nice shot there into Lardux, but it's not going to be enough to save Mula's life as everyone wipes over on the red side. And yeah, nice little arrow there coming in, but not going to be enough.
Yeah, the air aura, it looked cool, but it didn't help enough. They just got so stuck in that corner, couldn't get out of it. Really nice jump in there from Haunts and Lardux, cutting them down, unable to really allow them to get it into mid and create that space that you so want to see. And now they're going to have this really nice Uber at going into second, and actually there's a soldier behind. Matt is not going to get the Uber force out. And now they're really far back. They've given up yard. They're going to push in here. I don't think there's going to be anything on the second point. They might Uber in if they don't scout for it here. Okay, they do scout for it. I'm thinking they're just going to pop around the corner. They do need to get moving here. They only have 30% ad, and they're going to go in with this Uber.
They kind of shutting down these spawn doors straight away. Gun taken down. There's still soldiers on the height to be dealt with. Mathis, Ryan, both jumping very, very high. Big air shot there into Ryan, takes him down. As look at all this cap time on the point. Mula almost getting the Uber charge up, but he's not coming up in time. 93% on that red Uber gun, but not quite getting it in time. As Mandem, they're taking the first round in under 3 minutes, and this is the start that TLR were fearing.
Yeah. Oh, turn on the in-game audio. It's just our voices. This is terrible. Can you imagine anything worse? It's all good. It's going to be one round here. As again, Sam's going to get forced back pretty aggressively here. But let's see if the TLR soldiers can salvage this mid once again. The last time they bombed in, they did so much work.
Yeah, and the scouts too. They're wrapping on the same side again. This left-hand side, going to try and get towards this front of enemy garages. And to be fair, yeah, the soldiers, the scouts were able to get onto June pretty early last time round, but this time, a bit more of a calm affair. It's going to be Lardux first to jump in onto the height. Fancy doing a good bit of damage across the point, but Lardux gets caught out. First frag going the way of TLR now.
Ooh, the pipe though from Fancy turns it around.
Orion in. Doesn't get it. That was a gift and a silver plus there for Ryan that does not manage to get the kill onto June, who survives with 50 HP, and she's going to be beaming back up with the scout, with the demo of Fancy also, as they're still 4v4 currently, still scrappy, still anyone's mid-fight, but it really was a golden opportunity there for TLR.
Oh, Sams, he's got the stock. He's just lobbing them over. This is where the stock really shines. I'm so happy we actually see someone using the stock pipes on this mid because of that exact spam angle here. They're actually going to force them out. They still haven't capped out mid. I think they're just going to wait for the scouts to come back in here so they can get some actual point pressure while still holding on to the chokes. You don't want to let them back in here, and they're going to succeed in that. So both medics survived that mid. It was a long, drawn-out fight. Nobody really wanted to engage. And once they got a pick, they just immediately got answered back. So a very slow and methodical mid coming up from both teams. And now we're probably going to see some suiciders coming in to some degree here. There's a bunch of things you can do. And here comes the first soldier. Oh, kind of misses the skip jump, though, Ryan. Gave it a good old college try. But are you okay, Ben? Oh boy. I don't know. I think he turned into a robot there. He's just standing me out here. As Lardux going to try to jump in. Gets bounced around quite a bit by some stickies. And he's going to go back out here. That's they're just setting up stickies once again. And I was kind of talking about what kind of options you had. Try to reconnect, Ben. I am just getting weird static from you. Oh, I'm also getting it from John. Maybe I'm the one lagging. I'm not actually sure. This is terrifying. Just let me know if you see anything. Alright, okay. I just checked stream, they can actually hear me. But this is very weird. I'm just getting static from Ben and John, so I'm a little bit alone in the world here. But it's all good. Alright, okay, John is alive. We have the Uber Exchange coming into this mid. They're actually going to see if they can ward them out here. Fancy wants to lay down these stickies, but he's getting forced out as well. So unable to really prevent the fight from happening. So here we go, this fight. Everyone's just in the same corner. They're going to get Inso, though. That's a nice pick. Going to enable the soldiers to come in here. Ryan pushes them back. Matt is going to come in as well. Everyone just ends up escaping here, but Flick is behind lines now. That's either a free pick or a really good way to create a ton of space here for them. As Ryan and Matt, they'll both jump in as well. Ryan will get picked off, but he trades for the demo man. That's a good pick here, and Balder really far forward. There we go, gets picked off as well. Soldier comes from Z. Can he get some good damage? He can. Actually, so much work. Medic is going to get taken down. No. Actually ends up surviving, but he did a lot of damage, but not going to be enough. It's just going to be June and Inso desperately building Uber. They're on 99%. Okay, there we go. Going to have this Uber to hold, but that is all they have to work with here. And Uber, of course, comes out. It is for both players. There's going to be some spawners as well, but they can't really get out of spawn without taking a ton of damage here until June gets over there. And there we go, finally. Is able to get everyone out of spawn. They're going to be able to fight back. Sam's in deep, but unable to hit those critical pipes. Never mind, he hit those critical pipes. Does so much work. And there we go. It's our last hole for now, but they come back in immediately. Fancy hits on those pipes as well. Mula, can he escape? Oh, somehow. Fancy tried to cut him off there. It's going to kind of work out here, as the damage will end up being enough to just bleed him down, and that's going to be that. We're going to recap this point. At least they're going to try. There's a soldier spamming, but it is just one. This second point is very good for spamming. How are you feeling, Ben? Me too. Yeah, me too. I have days like that as well. It's a 90-something% here from June. I think they're going to try to go in. Wu is only on 30%. It's just a matter of getting in here. Okay, they're just gonna pop in. Very aggressive jumping from Femzy. He might get picked off. No, just gets saved in time here. Matters in deep. All right, okay. Actually just going to be able to get out alive here. So that Uber, it got a lot of space. It got them the midpoint, but that's all it got here. Mula, he's now going to be an 80%, so not even that big of an Uber advantage. We might just see them not push in here, but this could definitely be a real seesaw situation with this Uber. Do they want to use it in, though? It is quite difficult to push in meaningfully here, as Mattis actually jumped in. Soldier on the lamp has revealed himself. And they are going to go in here. The soldiers are just jumping around. Lannox comes in, gets the Uber Force out. June is on 80%. Inso has gone behind. Granary is pretty well known for being open to back cap here. And there we go. Inso going to put some time on the cap and then just run into Lash and just buy as much time as possible. He's going to end up taking a scout 1v1. Pandemic barely wins that. Will take an arrow. He's full health again. But they've lost the yard now. June still has a pretty big Uber ad. So Mula, if he holds too close, just going to get Ubered on and get taken down. And, you know, a demo man, he can definitely just put a sticky on the ground and then just get in here very quickly. And the other actually going to Uber in, but Mula, he read it really well. He's going to be out of there, not able to be picked off. It's actually a fight in staircase. This is just two soldiers fighting each other. Ryan's going to end up losing to Lardox on that one. And Flick has gone down as well. And this is very unfortunate because Mula has an Uber ad now, and he might just get forced out while holding lag. Yep, big rock is there. I think he got like synced as well, so he almost died to that. I feel like that rocket did more than 112. All right, everyone, give your prayers there for Ben. He is trying his best. I guess he's Ben PC lagging today. That's unfortunate. But luckily for him, game has slowed down a bit. We're about to see an Uber push come in here. Mula's on 60%, so if they're not too fast here, they could absolutely lose this Uber ad in. But Fancy is going to get Ubered in and actually just dives onto the heavy. They take down the heavy, they take down the sentry gun. They've gotten a lot of space, and now if they can just put time on the point, this is going to be a perfect push. They actually do so much work. Only Hans has died, and everyone else has been picked off. Flick, he better be a one-man army. And there we go. Like, John is begging them to cap, but that's because he's stupid. He doesn't understand point maximizing strategies. This is going to look so much better in the logs and just kill everyone. But yeah, that was a really clean push. That was just absolute textbook. I really like the way that Fancy just Ubered in, got the center gun, and then got... I want to say, is it just a Lucas style of just putting two stickies down and then just jumping to the other side and dive bombing whoever's standing over there? This time around it was a heavy. I feel like that's a new thing that's kind of become standard to do on those last pushes. Oh well, we're back on mid. This time it's going to be a fast bomb in from Mattis. And I'm just going to go over there as well, but they just completely switched position, so they just rotated around each other, so there's no escape now. They're playing the wrong side of mid, so yeah. There's no love, only fight right now. As Bozo is going to jump in again and just swerve around. Hans is behind them. This could be a blessing or a curse. It looks like it's going to be a curse as he gets taken down. And now it's just a one-man ad here, but June, he can't escape. And actually going to lose Balder. And this time around, it's not going to be the same. Oh no, Fancy tried to escape. Oh, actually lands on the med kit. And June doesn't manage to escape either, getting chased really hard. Actually somehow, alright, Fancy just survived forever there because everyone was so focused on taking down June. But it worked out in the end. Taking the demo man down super late, that is completely worth it. They're actually already on second, but they can't cap it out as Inso is also behind lines. He's going to need to come in here and contest this, but yeah, he can't. There's just too many buff players, and he's actually going to end up being taken down. Still, bit of a delay action.
I might be rejoining depending on how this microphone sounds.
Oh my god, it's Ben!
It's me! Hello, sounding maybe quite different. This is a spare headset I just found in a cupboard when I was charging around my house. I sound better. That is absolutely crazy. But I'm booting back in now. Sorry about all the kerfuffle between that. I noticed we've had about 6 6 or 7 minutes since the joined BT. You got to fill me in. What's happened?
Yeah, you saw there was a really good last push here, but TLR, they're going to see if they can do another one as well. They so far haven't succeeded in that at all. Ryan's going to be the first one to go down. The Uber didn't really achieve a whole lot, and June's at 90% Uber, so I think it's just going to be a matter of TLR to actually get out before this turns into a disaster. And yeah, they're not turning around fast enough. Look at that. No one died on last. And yeah, that was not it. And now June's going to have a full Uber ad.
Yeah, Moolah and Pandemic trying to escape out through choke as well. Going to be getting out just enough in time. Pandemic there with the scout speed buff to escort out Moolah, but now still the player down. Flick only just spawning in, and space being taken already from this choke side. But Matthews jumping straight in, gets a massive force there over onto June, and now the pressure comes across. Moolah goes down on the other side. So actually, they sack in 4 players for one of the force. Really not looking worth it from TLR's side.
No. You definitely, whenever you do a force, you definitely want your medic to be alive. And this is basically the case on everything but maybe Viaduct. That can kind of be fine in that situation where you just get Ubers out of the way and then you have a big fight. But that doesn't really happen on 5CP. That's not how that works. They are going to hold on to the second point, though. I think just posturing in to be in a position where they can absolutely spam it out. This is going to be a small ad in here, but it's going to be very difficult to push on. However, I will say, on this second point, if you have a small Uber ad, and you just have your medic play really close and the demo man really close as well, if you see the enemy medic standing maybe a bit too far in on the door, you can just Uber in very aggressively here. But yeah, TLR, they're having none of that. They're all the way on their own last, and there's even a level 2 sentry, so they saw this coming.
It's so dangerous, right? Just hold your own second with like a slight disad, because yeah, it's such a small point. It's such a quick charge across. But yeah, gonna try and bomb in, gonna take the gun down and a kill into Pandemic and the sniper. But no, second soldier in, not seeming to get anything so far. So 3 players actually go down there on Mandem, and TLR now it looks to walk in.
Yeah, it's just going to be a single soldier here to hold this point. You know, that's very difficult to get enough spam in here. They probably have to use the Uber if they want to hold on to the second point, and they are actually going to do that, so just strongman it in. And yeah, there we go. Moolah's going to pop in return. Lardox actually jumps up top. That's going to be highly annoying, but there was so much cap time here coming out on this point that it is definitely going to go down.
Ooh, Zam's weak.
Yeah, they can go down.
Ryan gets caught out, there's players jumping up top. Lardox and Mathis having a little bit of a 1v1, but no, 1v1 ended. Haunch jumps in, trades at that kill onto Mathis, and now with 2 soldiers down, there'll be a bit of space to work with now for the Mandem side. Still got even Ubers, still with the Uber charge back up, no gun built yet, means it's time for bombers to come in, and the whole straight in goes for a big airshot there in the Pandemic, but actually Lardox the one jumping in, gonna get a kill onto the Doman and Flick now with the heavy, gonna be the one defending the point, and look at that cap time that Mandem have got.
Yeah, that's very scary to push out of. It looks like they want to do it anyway. Like, Pandemic is in here very aggressively. Lara's going to jump in as well. Just want to ward everyone out of here. And they've kind of succeeded. I don't think Fancy's going to be able to really find the spam in. And just as I say that, they give up. I actually thought they could have put a lot more time on it there.
Yeah, they know the spawners are coming and they must have that timer well, but actually the Ubercharge comes straight in and Zams is dropped in the trade. Moolah might not be interested in trading, the backs all the way out, 2 players down though. TLR, but the cap comes in, no! Inso just sneaks through, they were so bothered about holding on to the Ubercharge and getting the trade out that Inso just finds a gap, threads the needle and just gets through and caps it out, 3-0 to Mandem.
Yeah, they absolutely saw him as well. Like he was engaging people the entire time. So that's just kind of poor communication by them to not really make sure that that scout doesn't get in there. And again, there was some time on the point. So that definitely contributed to this as well. So that's going to be 3-0 for Mandem, who's using a team named Lars. I love it in this game. And they're looking strong here. Lars actually going to go in behind and with June as well. So they've taken the enemy staircase. That's the ramp room is theirs.
Yeah, a couple of high bombs being traded back and forth between these soldiers, but it's actually Lardox the first one to land on a medic, and Moolah taken very, very low there in Garage. And yes, Garage just swapped round, but 2 soldiers up over on TLR's side. Made that 2 soldiers a scout also as so goes in, gets caught out, and now it's on the escape mission. Can they get out?
Moolah's on 98 again, please. Okay, he gets it this time, but it almost happened again.
Flashbacks again to that first mid once more. They're actually body looking June in really, really well. June goes down, so actually TLR might be getting a pretty good advantage off this. Moolah so weak. Boulder can't quite land that last lick of damage onto the red medic, and TLR fight another day. They're pushing on, and with Ubercharge advantage and player advantage, why not?
That was a huge meat shot there from Boulder, just barely not enough to get the medic pick. Very unfortunately. The body blocking was insane though. Just absolutely giving you no chance to actually escape. So they're gonna have a really solid Uber here. They're gonna have time to spam down a gun and everything. There's actually a heavy up on the pipe. It's pretty difficult to get a heavy up there. You need to plan ahead to get into that position. You have to jump out through the window. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they get him off of there. I could definitely see them jumping in a demo very aggressively and just dying too hot on the pipe.
Well, they're pushing in now. They've got the gun dealt with already, but yeah, these players in the height are going to be the focus. Actually, no, great pipes from Zams. They're going to knock Haunts off the height, taken down eventually. There's now one player up. Heavy dealt with. The cap time can start coming in soon as they're pressuring across, getting a load of cap time, and they're going to cap it out. TLR not done yet in this game. There's still plenty of time left, and, well, you better start a bit ago, but 3-1 down, still in it, and they're getting the ball rolling.
I think this is going to mean the world for TLR. Actually, just getting onto the point with time to spare, that's going to help their confidence a whole lot. That first push they had in with Urad was so bad for them. So just the fact that they know that they can get in there and actually win these advantage pushes, that is such a good thing to just have in your back pocket. That is usually what it takes to win here, but they only have about 10 minutes to do it. And here comes another mid-fight.
Oh, much aggression from MANDEM this time. Big turn of pace. They charge their way. Mula goes down, but at the cost of 3 players. And now, who on this MANDEM side are going to escape? We've got Flick, Pandemic, both charging in low HP. And a health's over on this TLR side. It shows the value. June's still up and alive over on this yard area. But with players up, maybe TLR taking the mid, but massive advantage going to be with the blue side.
They're just waiting for respawners here. It's a pretty classic situation where you have a medic and Uber advantage, but you don't have man advantage, and it's going to be very difficult to actually push in there, block the point, and keep your medic alive, or keep his Uber alive at least. So they're just going to take it slow, come back in here, and it's going to be difficult, but again, Fancy's in so deep. This guy actually going to get picked off. I feel like they can actually, you know, maybe if he's going to do that a third time, they could probably just plan on it and just see if they can just have 2 scout there to just insta-delete him when he jumps in that deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess it honestly works out pretty well there for TLR, right? They don't lose anyone to it. They've been building their Uber well, and now they've worked to an advantage of their own now, sitting at about 60% as they decide to take it a little bit slower this time, going to walk their way in through choke. But this means they've got the Soldier Bombs to deal with. Haunts and Lardox just circling around, going for it. Big bomb behind, onto Mula. Force comes out. Haunts running behind also. Maybe going to be a bit of a nuisance as the Uber charge get any frags on the point, but yeah, just a bit of a flip-flop as we often see in these mid to second sort of stalemates. Haun's still alive and kicking though in the backline. Might be getting a kill onto Flick actually as well, who's taken so weak. No, Flick managing to escape away just about, but Haun's is going to be a constant worry for them.
Yeah, it's actually turning out to be a really big deal that he got that far behind. He's actually going to take a fight versus a scout and just win it now for the flank. Yeah, this is so good. He forced people back, he caused them to not reinforce fast enough, and then he even won a fight on the flank there with the scout. So really big play there from Haunts. And they're even going to have an Uber ad coming in here. They're going to walk in. It's 85% on Mula. So if they want to get something done, they're going to need to be very quick. And Mula, okay, does manage to get his own Uber though.
Yeah, just about in time. There was snipers staring around as well. It was potentially dangerous there, milking in so far, but MANDEM managed to get out alive, managed to get out with all their players up, and I respect the attempt there, knowing there was some ad, but Ubercharge just traded out now, so they're going to have to slow things down, get building back up again. There's a gun coming up over on the side of Flick, Pandemic there on the sniper also, but we get to that part of the game now. There's 8 minutes left, still 2 rounds for TLR to find, and they're on their own last. So you're thinking here, right, MANDEM got loads of options of pushing in, but TLR are really the ones maybe thinking about making the move here. They're the ones against the clock, they're the ones 2 rounds down, and maybe they want to start thinking about their own sorts of aggression.
Yeah, I'm almost like thinking, oh, you should just go back and switch to crits, right? Crits are sold in from up top. That would be weird. And it would actually get things done really quickly. But
well, they are both on crits, so...
Yeah. Okay, they are actually. I hadn't even noticed. Okay, they are on crits. Wait, did he just do that? And I just saw it and I didn't recognize?
Because unless my HUD is deceiving me, but I believe so. Yeah, Haunts has gone and been caught out.
That's what I said. Yeah, taking Madness from up top, I think. Oh no, never mind. They're going to go through the side door with Sam's.
It's all what those crits can do, because you can think a crit's one of those high-risk, high-reward ones, right? If you get nothing, you really do get zero. You don't even get the space that you get.
Yeah,
The
they're gonna go for it.
charge. They're walking in. Crits used out. Fancy living for quite a long time here on the flank. Gonna live way uncomfortably too long there as the crits. I think you get nothing, you get literally nothing. I think that sort of illustrates the point.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone much worse. It's pretty brave to go in that way. Usually when you're going with crits, you're just going with the soldier from up top. You kind of have a better view of it, but never mind. We have this full Ubrad coming in. They're going to ward everyone into spawn. Let's see if they can actually get some point pressure. Actually, they tried to get point pressure, but Fancy is now dead, so that didn't work at all. And they're in really deep. They're kind of caught in, so they need to make a move. And they are not. Sam's with the pipes. Just absolutely doing work. Inso is going to take June out of there, though. Going to save him. And there we go. Really nice last hold, though. And I think they did switch off of the crit streak as well.
It's going to be roughly level with June getting out alive there. Means that TLR side can live to fight another day. 6 minutes left on this clock. Still enough time if they're able to make this one work, because they're already starting to push their way into mid. Big collapse up from these two blue soldiers up onto the high ground, and look at those low HP bars over on TLR. The damage being done by the artillery fire over the top. Out Inso goes behind as well, gonna maybe catch a frag. No, Pandemic there wins out the 1v1. Meaning actually demo for Soldier and Scout. TLR might be looking to come back in, especially given the time scenario.
Yeah, that's a really interesting pick distribution there. Like one demo worth a soldier and a scout, like probably a little less than that, but it's not clear cut here. So they're actually going to Uber in. Looks like they're just going to solo Baldur as much as they can. Going to put him on top of the crates here. Very difficult to deal with, but getting jumped by a soldier, and actually Ryan takes down the scout. Really well done by him, and he's still alive. He's doing so much distraction for his team, but it is just going to be in the service of actually getting them out of there and just escaping. Again, MANDEM though, they're being aggressive. They could have just been playing it slow, but they are deciding to take this fight. And look at that, June is so weak, can't actually help Fancy.
Lardox in double bomb. Straight onto Mula. Mula could be in danger, but no, Mula survives, and so does Zams. So weak on both of them, but the focus just wasn't quite there. There's two soldiers straight over the top. I'm gonna find Zams eventually with spam, but Mula lives, and that's the crucial one.
They're going to come in onto mid now. There's going to be no stickies at all. I'm pretty sure they know, but he just hasn't had time for it. Oh, Inso is on the back cap. This is so annoying. They have to send people like, there's no one who's even in position to contest it.
And Inso knows as well, and is already on the last point as well. So these Zams might be able to catch a fight with the Demo Man actually, but Ryan going to be up top, losing out nearly just about. Inso's still alive, just being a complete nuisance in behind. And yeah, these players, this bought like an entire point's worth of ground essentially, pushing it in, and the force comes out onto Mula. So it goes from bad to worse now from TLR. Now they're caught in their own yard, Uber Dissad, and what do they even do from here?
Yeah, they probably need to just run forward instead of back there, go threaten the wraparound, but no chance of that happening anymore. It looks like it's just going to be a stairwell push coming out here from MANDEM. If they win this round, it is game over. They will take this map 100% here. Ryan's going to see if he can get the force out. So far, June, nice and healthy, not going to pop that Uber. Just going to be ready to go in onto last. They're already pushing in, even though second isn't fully capped, so it's going to be a while before they can get some point pressure, but this is looking very, very strong for MANDEM.
Ubercharge only just used as well, 87% over on Mula, probably gonna get, maybe, no chance actually, no, forced out into spawn, not gonna be using, and yeah, MANDEM again now. This is probably, I'd say almost certainly game over now on this map number 1, and we said earlier, 3 points is technically enough for TLR, but not the situation they want to be in, and now this is where it's looking like 4-1, 3 rounds to find in 3 minutes. I'm not too sure this is possible.
No, I really don't think so, but we'll see if they can actually get some more rounds here. I don't think round limits are going to come into effect, but maybe. When it's this close, anything can count here. So we're going to have another cracking mid here as the both soldiers are jumping very aggressive here. Ryan actually finds June, but June is going to get a nice little surf out. It looks like, oh my god, look at that. Hans just 2 shots Mula, and now I think we're just going to see just the slight retreat coming out here from MANDEM, and they're just gonna hope they can absorb all the aggression.
They're retreating to enemy second as they're trying to burst their way back in through the garage. Going to find that kill onto Ryan. Going to maybe get onto Mathis. No, Mathis just about gets out for a moment, but it's on the Demo Man. Dam's going to get charged down also. Inso doing massive work on the point, but actually Mathis has got it onto June.
Oh,
June drops. holds on for the Uber for so long, but no one was aware of it. They were so focused on cleaning up those players on the point that it's a freebie from Matters.
Yeah, just no respect there. Like, I even feel like it's not a situation where like it really made sense to hold on to the Uber. You could just pop delay, but maybe it also just doesn't matter. It looks cool if it works out, and there's not a whole lot of consequence here. As Baldo has actually dropped from the game, they're just not pausing it because it's not like a losable situation for them there. Baldo's back. All right, okay. I was getting a little bit nervous. You don't want to get one of your players just all of a sudden have internet issues at the end of a map going into the next one. That kind of would give you some thought for pause. But as it is, he's gonna be back. It's fine. They are losing a fight though. One man down. I can't say I blame them.
There's definitely worse times, isn't there, to have a player drop from the game than when 2 minutes left, 3 rounds up, like holding midpoint. Like, it's one of those situations where if all the soldiers went pain train and the demos went pain train, I still don't think the caps are happening in time regardless. But yeah, going to be perhaps an opportunity for a second constellation round now over on TLR's side, as they're currently capping up second point. Going to be even Ubers on either side. June's going to be getting momentarily. They're getting it just about ready to push in. They may as well have a go for it. 44 seconds left on the clock as they walk in through this right side.
Yeah, they can't get pushed back on their own last, so this is kind of like a free opportunity push. Some big air shots attempted, but none has been hit so far.
Oh, the sword of the medic! The sword! Fancy in the disrespect. The Uber comes out eventually. Baldy going to be charging in also. Bula almost got caught out by that as second point going to be claimed now by MANDEM, and it looks like 4-1 will be the final score of MANDEM's pick. Just final week 7 game.
Yeah, alright, so they win their first map pick. It's all fine. TLR, they're gonna win the second one, but we just have to hope at least that's true. So a lot of actually hits a nice little air shot, or no, a headshot, sorry, on a scout that was trying to rush him down. I actually saw Lardox hitting some really nice sniper shots in the pregame as well. There's like mid-air headshots galore. So maybe Lardox is just secretly a crack sniper. Time will tell, but let's look at some logs here, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's pull them up. Let's see. It's been going big, and I'm seeing one particularly big number on this screen. Are you seeing it?
Does it begin with a 10?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. I mentioned in pregame, like, that Samps was probably going to be like a damage beast, but yeah, Fancy's got him one up there on that one for sure. Lots of damage and work. And also, if you just look at the deaths, that makes a lot of sense to me. That Fancy was able to stay alive more, and subsequently he did damage while Samps was dead sometimes. So just really good damage. Really well played there. And it always seemed like Fancy was kind of winning out in those mids as well. Yeah,
you said before the game that, right? It is. I know obviously it's a map where demos can really shine, but you said at the start it can be a hard map for them. They're often getting focused down, especially like on the mids. People bomb them. There's like plenty of little corners that you don't want to push into against those soldiers. But yeah, Fancy 9 deaths in demo, absolutely huge. To able to avoid all of that and still shell out an outrageous amount of damage. But there's still another map to play. We'll see if TLR can perhaps bounce back, because yeah, they had a couple of players going a bit of pop-offs themselves. Pandemic shining out to me in 23-11. Very, very good game over on Scout, but not quite enough to tip many of the rounds in their favour. Moving over to Process, so if you've got a Scout popping off, maybe Process is the map for you.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I will note that June had a really good game. Only died 3 times. Yeah, it was one of them a drop. Yeah. One of them was the weird drop as well. So
that's in garbage time, though. I don't think they count, right?
Yeah, probably not. I don't think we should worry
at the end
about
of the game. Get a teacher's report in the class. It's like,
yeah. The markdown will be marginal on that one. But yeah, they definitely need to focus down on June a couple of times more. But sometimes you also, it's a bit of a bait, trying to kill the medic. Instead, what you should probably do is just kill the rest of the team, and then the medic will automatically fall while everyone else is dead. Because I don't feel like there were a whole lot of times where medics were getting caught out, right? Like, did Mula overextend and die in a stupid way to a single soldier bomb like that just came in? Maybe once. it wasn't a theme at all. So it's not like Müller played poorly. I actually think he played really well. So yeah, not going to put too much stock into it, but it is definitely something that TLR they need to do something about. They need to get some more medic depths on the board, whether or not that's by focusing her down or if it's just taking the team down and then winning the fight, and the medic just kind of automatically follows. Time will tell.
That's how Müller was getting caught a lot of the time, right? It was like, oh, Müller's trying to run away onto second, and there's like one scout up with Müller, and the entirety of MANDEM is still alive and charging them down. Like it's, I don't know, in those scenarios, there's not much you can do. That's how Müller was getting caught a lot of the time. But Process plays it very, very differently, so it could be something to hope for there for the TLR side. They've picked it. They must have picked it for a reason. So let's see them demonstrate it. Let's let them show us.
Yeah, I watched the pre-game scrim quite a bit, and I can't remember who they were playing against there, but TLR they look pretty strong, and I definitely remember Ryan doing a lot of really fast mid rollouts. I don't think he got like a whole lot done, but he was pretty much aggressive every single time. So quite unlike what we just saw on Granary, where they were actually kind of slow to take action there with the soldiers. They might just take a book out of their own page from like the later mids where they would just jump in immediately. And I think we might see that on Process quite a bit as well. And then, of course, keep an eye out for Pandemic because it kind of seems like he's activated tonight.
Absolutely, and what a map you can pull into, right, is one of, if not the best scout map in the rotation. Plenty of open space in those mids, plenty of high ground to sit on and be annoying and hurt the soldiers from. But like you say, yeah, you mentioned there's like these aggressive mids, and yeah, I've got to say, like the two soldiers over on the TLR side did have a reasonable amount of success on those Granary mids. Obviously, they're the players you're often looking towards to make things happen. Those Granary mids, but Process maybe still somewhat the case, but maybe not as much. So there's still the options for going fast and taking space, but there's not quite the big high walls and the like claustrophobic little corners and cubbies that you can catch people out in quite as much. So maybe that gets slightly harder over on a Process.
Yeah, but I think no team has like a hard time on Process. Everyone knows Process. It's the one big bog standard map that we have that's been in competitive 6v6 just since so long now. It just kind of took over. It used to have Badlands that was kind of the standard map, but it's been Process for years and years and years now. So we're going live here, and just to reiterate here, TLR, they need points, otherwise they're just dead. They need 3 points or they're not going to make playoffs. The last season's winner is not going to make playoffs unless they win this map.
So they're going to be coming out fighting everything on the line over on TLR, who are coming in the red side again as big aggression coming over the top. Flick fast across the point. Larduk's actually going to land on Flick's face though. Inso traded out on the other side as bomb comes in from Haunch. Not quite going to find any kills. Zam's taken down to spam eventually, but Müller lives. All this space taken across this mid, and the fastest aggression this was from TLR, but now the counter aggression coming in. Maybe they've overstayed their welcome.
They're going to jump in very aggressively. Their Fancy actually hits a nice pipe there. He's going to end up taking one down, and oh, Müller might be able to escape it. Oh yeah, Flick's going to come in and save the day. Nice escape there from Müller. But that actually looked really, really good there for TLR for quite a while. I feel like Haunch just kind of jumped in on his own without coordinating with the rest of his team, but then Balder just won a really clutch 1v1, and off of that pick, they managed to just push them out. But yeah, good escape there from Müller. It's going to be even Stevens here. So all the soldiers are stuck in the choke, just getting bounced around. That's funny to look at.
Good attempt at attack there onto Müller, but it doesn't quite work out as the double bomb comes in from the TLR side, and actually Haunch is found, so 2 players up, lots of damage that was sustained, particularly onto Müller at the back of this point, but it's not going to be enough. MANDEM decide they're just going to back up with Inso going down also, and just play it on their own second. So great counter aggression coming in there from TLR, bringing this mini little skirmish out as they can get themselves set up now to start pushing into MANDEM second.
Trying to see if they can make enough space here for them to just walk in for free to get into a good position to jump. Looks like so far they're kind of content to not do too much here, so actually Haun's going to trade onto the Demo Man. That's a good pick for them. These they can do some counter aggression there. It was pretty funny watching Sam just getting bounced around. They did lose Hawk, so it is going to be all about whether or not Lardox can get in here and maybe get that Uber Force out. So far, he's actually in a pretty good position, but actually, it's going to be an Uber exchange here, and they're going to lose Fancy immediately, so out of the choke they go, as that is not a good player to lose immediately in an Uber fight.
What's even worse is this long spawn result. Fancy's need back spawning, still another 5 more seconds on that, and that's 5 seconds that TLR can be already walking their way in onto the second point. Going to be a high move from Lardox, committing over towards the sewer. Going to get their kill to Mathis as Haunch jumps in, also going to try and catch him. Actually, Zams goes down. Never mind, Demoman for Demoman, as now Fancy's back in the fight. Zams is down, they're dropping more players on the flank with Ryan going down also, and there's only 3 TLR players left up.
This is just completely unsustainable. It is a double chariot sort of scout here, but that is not something you want to take a big team fight with, especially when no Ubers are involved. So they're just going to have to go out of there. Very unfortunate that we kind of just let these players off, but some really good rotations and helping each other out. Good teamwork coming out from MANDEM. It really felt like, you know, someone was almost getting picked off and then someone just came in from the side and made it an unfair fight, and that happened 3 times in a row. That's usually the sign of a good team, right? Where you have those almost fair fights and then you just come in and help each other.
Good player from there. And last time we saw MANDEM in this position, they pushed in, managed to get too much with their bombs, but this time they're going to take it a bit slower, just take this pressure over towards the grass and actually bait a couple of bombs in. Actually, Orn's going to be the one to commit, but nope. Moolah survives once more, and now they're going to decide to back their way up. This is where last time TLR were able to get in with a counter-attack of their own and start rolling the ball towards MANDEM's second point, but nope, this time deciding to stay up on their own second and chill this one out.
Yeah, not quite the same situation as before. It was much more chaotic before, whereas this time around it kind of feels like all the doors were, if not completely locked down, then at least they were being looked at quite a bit. And it was actually scout aggression the last time around that really opened it up. Like there were both scouts almost died, and then the soldier came in and saved the day for them, and then all of a sudden the scout just turned around and started feasting as well. So this time around, not going to be so much. But we have Inso Sniper. He still hasn't shot his first time, but I think they might have spotted him. They're definitely spamming it out, but they're not being that aggressive. Okay, they are being that aggressive, so that makes me think that they know about it, but they definitely do now. Here's a Pandemic that's going to get taken down by a nice little body shot. But oh my god, Ryan with the big rocket there.
Oh, bomb into medic though. Haunts in. Oh, nearly lands that second rocket there into Moolah, but how that means, yeah, the sniper game is up, but the sniper is still in play on this middle point. Fancy might be jumping straight over the top. Nice shot from Inso. Okay, I thought they were in big danger there with Ryan bombing in, but what a huge headshot that is.
Absolutely, like sniper getting pressured out like that is so
drop,
bad. Oh,
what?
The drop as well. He's actually just going huge. Inso sniper is nuts.
Got to respect the sniper there, just milking it in. We've seen literally 5 seconds beforehand Inso hits an amazing shot onto the soldier, but Moolah doesn't respect it. Moolah just wants to milk in regardless, and Moolah will pay for it with that big drop. Inso on absolute fire, switching back onto Scout now for this last push. As MANDEM, they're getting their Uber charge up and ready, only 20% over on Moolah. It's MANDEM's round for the taking, surely.
Yeah. Unless Pandemic can do him one better and just drop the medic as they push in here. Definitely need to be pretty safe here with it. Actually going to go through one, it looks like. That is not the usual position to go in from, but they're just going to take into the bunker immediately. Actually, Moolah is kind of caught in, yeah. Cannot escape the bunker. That is a very quick medic pick, so if they just play it slow here and start taking out the sentry gun and get the medic... get all the damage when the medic's not alive, they can just win this fight in the slowest, most painful way possible.
That seems to be what they're going for, right? Just locking down these spawn doors, take out the medic early, and then just, yeah, take all the space, get all the frags, and get the first round on the board. MANDEM picking up map number 2, where they left off the first one. Really nice round. Honestly, all predicated on Inso the sniper there. 2 miraculous headshots. Because honestly, that first one, like, there's a world where June has to force or dies if that shot doesn't come in onto Ryan. And then to land the headshot onto Moolah literally seconds later, that's going to be on the frag movie.
Yeah. Standard procedure there is that the scout or the sniper just gets 2 shot by the soldier and then they have to retreat in there. But yeah, he turned everything around. Now Mattis looks like he's going to be the first one to jump enemy crate, but he will get taken down, and actually the
massive
counter
bomb
on Lardox. 3 kills immediately. What a beast.
They call it the death corner for a reason, just all cluttered up in front of that mid-forward spawn, and yeah, there was like 2 rockets there, just gets 3 kills behind that little crate, and absolutely huge play there from Lardox, and only 1 player died, I believe. If anyone from MANDEM, maybe even, as now they're just walking their way in. Ryan's caught out already, mid's not even capped yet, and the last push has already begun. They're locking the doors, they do not want TLR to get in.
Oh, they're getting binned so hard. Second point is not even being capped. There we go. Finally, there's some time on it. I think Sam's gonna get taken down. Yeah, that is big. Yeah, this is. Can we blur this? I don't feel like it. It's really good. Are they just gonna Uber and not cap it out and just get another kill? That is just absolutely. Maybe they're just broken now, TLR. I feel like with Inso sniping them like that and then just getting binned this hard, maybe just give up. That was just the season. We can't.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, getting rolled in mid like that, but yeah, to just spawn up and then just see the entire enemy team mid, like still only half capped. The entire enemy team is just sat there. But now they've got to come back into the game. They've gone 2 rounds down, but as we say, they need to win this one. 2 rounds isn't even enough for them. There's again Lardox to be bombing in. 1 early rocket onto Mula. Zam's taken down also, but Mula lives. 12 HP for a moment there before the pack was picked up. Nice pipe there into Zam's, meaning it's going to be 1 player advantage over on TLR's side as they're going to cap this point up, and this might be the start of a turnaround that they're looking for.
Could be. There's still a scout behind though. Inso somehow always ends up back there.
On Zam's as well.
Oh, he left spawn. Oh, that's really bad. He gets picked off. Nobody called that. I guess they didn't know. I feel like it should just be standard knowledge that Inzo is behind at all times, but they're going to see if they can capitalize on it here. Push back in. Lardox has jumped. Gets so much space down. Inzo has been picked off behind now, but the team is already in.
With no demo either. Zam's only just spawning in means that space can be taken, but space that they're going to have to concede now. Zam's is spawning up, and with Inzo going down, that means that this side now, MANDEM are going to have to back up through their own chokes and get through onto their own second. Horns having a fight with Flick on the flank, and Flick is able to win that one out. So this could open up some more doorways, but Lardox going to be the one jumping in and making sure that no doorway is open, particularly at the choke one, doing quite a bit of damage in that bomb.
Yeah, quite unable to get in here so far, TLR. They have both soldiers in a position where they could perhaps do something, but oh, they just lose Sams again. It's getting kind of rough here. That's now there's just no way they can actually bomb in while still protecting the medic. And Baldur is in through choke already. Just see if they can scout out their position. I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some sort of Hans bomb in, but he doesn't even need to. Like, they're just in. They have their own side of mid. They could absolutely just go in if they wanted to, but looks like they don't. MANDEM, they just want to slow it down, take it easy. There's 3.5 minutes left for them still to work with. So they might even just send Inzo back and go sniper or something. Why not, right?
Yeah, I like the idea. They're just trying to walk in, but they knew there was a time limit on that push. They were only really getting that space because of the lack of traps from Zams, and Zams were spawning back up. They only had a few more seconds before the demo would be in, able to fire some pipes over that rock. But, yeah, decided to respect it. Yeah, MANDEM, they're in no rush. They're 2 rounds up. They're 2 rounds to the good. There's no reason for them to risk too hard, go for anything too crazy. Too off the wall, because now they're currently sitting tight at their own second, and it's TLR the ones trying to make something work. With Ryan going behind, that could be the start. Nope, doesn't go behind. Tries to land on June, but Lardox able to deal with it.
Completely unsupported bomb in there by a soldier. It's very rare that works. There was a bit of distraction going on, but yeah, no one else committed at all. So that is very unlikely to work. He basically got shredded.
Yeah, I just assumed they were going to try and land rollout and just like try and do something behind or try and get like lobby or something. But no, decides to curve it round and go for the big hero play. But not going to work this time. But again, unpunished. So I guess if you're not risking a push out, there's not too much lost on their side. As TLR see what they've got cooking this time.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the exact same thing as you, so I'm pretty sure it was just like a fake to go in behind. That was obviously what he was going for, and then like, nah, actually going for the med. But yeah, he didn't have to, he wasn't buffed when he jumped in. There was just almost no way. They are trying to see if they can actually pressure bottom as well. You can sometimes run in and scout through lower and get onto the medic that way. And currently there's not really that many eyes on it. Okay, Inzo does look down there, that's really important, but you can kind of see Flick just frothing him out to go, and they're going to end up just taking the Uber exchange here. They're actually in so deep. Look at that, Mula, he's not retreating, man. He just wants to stay in. Let's just hope the rest of the team joins him.
Yeah, absolutely. The flank is in now. Flick getting a kill there over onto Inzo. Loudok's down also. So actually, this could be working in TLR's favour. 2 picks to the price of 1 as now. Big crunch onto the point. Boulder doing what he can, but actually, June's gone down. Boulder, last man standing there in the demo man. And now, the Scout Chariot is all that survives over on this red side as they're walking into last, and this might be what they need to get back in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's unable to hold on to both Scouts here and ride
Oh,
it
lose
in.
both!
Oh, yeah, they had to leave one Scout to cap it out. So, yeah, it's kind of unexpected. I think maybe they thought they weren't going to get spawners in time, but they absolutely were. So, in the end, Mula was just in way too deep. But, yeah, the Uber exchange before that was really beautiful. That was just a full commit. Right, like as I said, Mula was not escaping that. Like he was not getting out of second point. So, the rest of his team absolutely just needs to get in there. So, yeah. All right, what is Ryan up to? What do you think?
Well, Ryan's waddling, got a lot of space up top IT, got a bomb in straight onto June, gets the huge kill. Nice one there on the 180, spins round, gets June. We said before in map number 1 how evasive this medic has been, but this time they managed to get the kill, but actually at the cost of 4 players as everyone else in this TLR side just crumbles. Flick and Mula, the only 2 left alive, gonna have to run it out through IT. Horns is even taking the space too, and yeah, they're gonna have Uber out, but they're conceding a point, and they're maybe conceding even more ground because Horns is currently just hiding in bottom IT.
Yeah, they definitely don't seem to know about it, right? Like you can see Ryan is he just has his back to him.
Oh
like,
no.
Oh, turn around, please. Please turn around. Oh my god.
No
Ryan
way.
has no idea. Hans is just in the corner, standing on
Trigger
the
discipline.
Yeah, alright, he's
Or
gonna come
walking in
through.
behind.
Oh, he went for the backhammer set. That's
Oh, the
actually
medic
kind of
was
bad
right
decision.
there. Yeah, the medic was right there. Obviously, Hans couldn't know, doesn't have the same X-ray capabilities that we do. But gonna drag quite a few players behind, gonna slow things down a bit, give more time for June to get the Uber charge up, and yeah, probably not got too long of a shelf life, I'd imagine, in lobby, but what they have done is they bought enough time for June to get the Uber charge up, and
There's
they
2
bought enough
players
time.
back for him. They're looking for him in bunker. He might
No
actually get
way.
in through the other way. Yeah, they're just way off looking for him. Okay. Yeah, Mula just perfectly surfed away and juked that rock. But still, Hans, he was behind for a long time, bought a lot of time. Both Ubers are now in effect. And that I don't want to say it wasn't worth it for sure. So Mattis actually goes in, see if he can get Fancy, but Fancy gets saved. And gets saved twice there. Baldur will not let anyone get onto his demo man.
With now the sniper up, the sniper ready to peek in somewhere, but actually Uber charge traded straight away in now with Pandemic. We'll be using out super early, and slightly better Uber in the blue there from Mandem, but really well played there from TLR. Not dropping any more players, they were 2 down, had to take that trade in, but we've had a pause. Let's see about a minute and a half time to resume what was the cause of that one, but still at the moment there's a sniper up. A player down on the TLR side, and positioning wise, maybe not looking ideal for them.
Not quite. I'm obviously just all about like what's Inzo gonna do. Like it's pretty. It's like if the medic Mula just walks backwards a little bit, he's gonna be in a sight line. That is like tantalizingly close to being a really good angle. Right, you just go a little bit to the right if you're Inzo. And you get the angle.
Yeah, how does Mula get out without crossing that sight line? Like, unless obviously Mula like goes at the pipe, but like I'm not seeing that happening. Like, this cuts off most of the escape routes.
Yeah, like he's not going to be in the sideline for very long if he goes up the ramp, but it does depend a little bit on where Inzo is standing, obviously, right? Like if he's not standing all the way over to the right, like if he's just standing where he is now, you know, he's not going to be able to see the medic for very long. It's just going to be like a split second as he crosses behind the spire. And even if he maybe jumps a bit, you can kind of get around it, but it all depends on where both players are positioned, and they're not going to know about each other. I don't think. I think they know each other's general area where they are, but they're not going to have any specific information. So this is a really sketchy situation for Mula, but you know, maybe he can just go forward a little bit. There's not that much pressure coming in through choke, so maybe that is just a ticket. But yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh, shot missed. It did walk into the sideline, but Mula actually eats a body shot, so it wasn't a full-on miss. Now as pressure coming back in across. Oh, sent skyward is Mula going to land behind the point on 20 HP as big air shot there, letting go to Lardox as well. Huge shot coming in.
Now that was a really nice shot, really important as well, just denying Lardox there really well.
He was 20 HP in the midst of that. Like, if that air shot doesn't come in, there's a real world Mula gets taken down.
Yeah, Inzo gets pressured back. Now we're kind of seeing the bad thing with the sniper. Well, he's not dead yet, I suppose. And actually, Sam's going to overcommit here. The back cap is in as well. This is all of a sudden falling apart for TLR. They're not going to be able to get out of mid in time. Okay, they have actually blocked it off, but they've lost so many players. Full commit. Mula will end up going down. It's just going to be Flick alive here. He's not going to be able to cap out mid, so all he can do is be a pest at this point.
This flank on both maps so far has done such good work for MANDEM. Again, the back cap attempt coming in from Horns. We've seen it on this map already before. Has come good, and again Ubercharge coming in onto that. Inzo's caught out by some stickies over the top from Zams, but players falling left and right on this TLR side as everyone's getting wiped up. Just the one scout left as the cap comes through, and MANDEM, they had a 3-0 lead last game, and they're going to go up 3-0 again. 4 rounds needed in 13 minutes for TLR to save their season.
And that pause was actually on MANDEM, so I think it's not a tag pause. I think it was just like someone having some internet issues. But yeah, just fancy having an absolute whale of a time there, just spawn camping players. I bet you he's been working in Gold Rush a long time for that kind of situation. He's well trained, that's for sure. So actually, Sam and the entire team, they're just standing there waiting for each other menacingly.
Fight being taken by these two TLR soldiers, just sort of dreaming back and forth, just sort of thinking about perhaps who to land, and that actually Ryan just misses the pack, taken down by Inso with a nice little body shot there coming in. Zam's very, very weak, isolated out towards Choke, getting picked off also. That's 2 players down now for TLR. Just moving on Pandemic, swapping sides on this mid, not getting Uber charged within 5 seconds or so. Mula could be under a bit of pressure. Down to 38 HP, just going to get the Uber charge in time and going to have to use it instantly.
Yeah, and for fully, Flick is just stuck behind lines on 5 health, so he's not going to be able to contribute to this fight at all, but maybe he can come in for the flank. Oh, he's just going to run into the enemy team here. And actually, yeah, it will cost June to jump back. We're just going to walk into Matters, who will get the Uber Force out here, and he actually survives as well. So that flank absolutely worked out well for Flick here. So they are being pushed back into the corner. Look like they are going to try to walk forward here. TLI, they know they can't retreat at this point in the game.
Oh, Lardox bomb. Massive damage coming in. Fancy going to start sweeping this up as well. Mula's getting tossed side to side and taken down. The monster damage there on that Lardox bomb. We've seen this a couple of times in these mids already. But yeah, just 2 rockets into the middle of the entire combo. Just getting frags, but deals like 300-400 damage probably. It was huge and leaves everyone else up on a silver platter for the rest of the team to come in and take it. And MANDEM once again, they'll be the ones taking it forward. 85% on this Uber charge for June. But only just spawning in. This could be round number 4 for MANDEM.
Yeah, I think they've even spotted out the sentry gun as well. They were definitely spamming it out. It was just a single soldier, but they should know where the sentry gun is. So that helps a lot with this push in. And actually, they're going to just take it slow. Okay, they are going to go through 3. Going in here as immediately takes the gun down. Actually, a lot of time on the point as well. This is looking so promising. There's a heavy, but can't get to the point at all. Very clean push. No one even died from their team. That couldn't have gone any better. MANDEM, they are looking so dominant right now.
Yeah, it's been a weird season this one because there's been I don't know, it feels maybe more than normal. There's been a lot of failed Uber at last pushes, but MANDEM are just they're cleaning up on it every time. It's it's not even looking close to going wrong in any of these that are coming in. It's looking so good, so clean from them, and they're now 4-0 up. It has to be 5 rounds in 10 minutes from TLR. This is getting really dire really quickly, and their mids haven't inspired too much confidence so far in this game. There's now more pressure in. Mula, 9 HP, dancing around on top of the crates, is going to live for a little bit longer, but no, finally gets taken down. Both medics dying on either side, but so many more TLR players falling, and MANDEM, they're feasting on this one. Math's last one up. Again, Another fantastic mid coming out from MANDEM.
Yeah, well, June just called GG, so that means they lose, right? Like, you don't want to do offensive GG.
A little bit of BM in the chat, but
yeah.
it's technically 5 rounds in 9.5 minutes. I guess it's possible, but gonna have to be super quick, end-to-end stuff. And yeah, process map you can maybe do that on, but gonna have to be perfect, no mistakes at all. As actually, it's MANDEM the ones taking in the charge, bombing in with Lardux already, who's taken down. Horn's gonna decide to just leave this one out. So 1 soldier down. MANDEM just decided to reset things, take it slow. There's no reason at all for them to overstay, no reason for them to risk anything. They can just get themselves set up on mid, and TLR now have to show us what they've got.
They're gonna try to do this counter aggression, just end up being a soldier jumping in. Actually, Flick has snuck in as well. With a soldier, Ryan gonna try to sneak his way in behind him. They've actually done a lot of work there, just really warping the MANDEM position out. Just out of position completely. Oh my god, Mooler's not popping.
The milk is huge from Mooler. Living for so the Lardux down. Oh, and Inso finally gets the force out, but a really good overcharge hold, like you said, from Mooler, and that might get them this middle point, and might get them in a bit further as well. 3 players down on this blue side. Just fancy June and Haunch up. Haunch is still sat in the heavy and the forward spawn shutter, but to be forced to go back to last now as 2 charges are even, so TLR don't have any advantage to speak of. June did get out alive, but that hold has basically won them 2 points.
Absolutely. And they can't really push on this, I don't think. I mean, they kind of have to, TLR, right? They don't have time to waste here. You know, 8 minutes. I know Australians could maybe throw 5 rounds in that amount of time, but most normal people are unable to do so. But they're just taking their time, so I guess they haven't panicked yet.
In Australia, you might have like an hour left in this game.
Oh yeah, through the use of the
with their config. Yeah, they use the never-ending config. So there's no time pressure at all now for TLR in this situation, as they'd have all the time in the world to get the 5 rounds that they need. But in reality, they've actually only got 7.5 minutes. They're taking the space over towards Lobby. There's a sniper to contend with, so we've seen actually Boulder this time going to be the one going on to the sniper as the up from Inso. But yeah, even Ubers, it's never easy.
No, they're gonna have to figure out some way to break this, and they can't waste too much time doing it. I've seen man-treads can be pretty good, because you can just jump in and not get pushed back by the sentry gun and all, and usually the medic will hold close near the dispenser. Right, so if you just go in and you have time to shoot 2 rockets, you can get the force out of the medic before you die. You can also just send 2 soldiers, maybe have a demo man spam the sentry gun, something like that. But currently June is not holding it far forward. He's actually holding behind the sentry gun. That's pretty smart. You know, it's just a matter of catching it out at the right time, because if you pressure out the demo man, for instance, if Fancy takes some damage, then he needs to get picked up by the medic and get healed, right? So now the medic's forward, and then you can catch them out with soldiers. There are definitely opportunities here, but obviously Baldo just hit a shot on Ryan. So I'm going to keep my eyes on Ryan's booties. What's on his feet? Is it just going to be gunboats? It's just going to be gunboats. All right, so no gimmicks, just pure, I don't know, raw power.
Yeah, it's not a Garda game. We're not going to have like a heavy and a pyro or something to push him with last. It's going to be all good so far. As Matthew's now the one taking a bit of space towards lobby as TLR decide to get themselves set up. The timer ticks down, and again entering the realms of at least improbability, if not impossibility, as Zam's the one taking the trade in through 3, taken down instantly by the big damage. The sentry gun goes down also, as now the big crunch comes in towards lobby. Mooler's taken out also. Mathis though going to try and maybe jump over towards the point. No, decides to back out towards 5. There's only 3 survivors now for the TLR side, and it might be dropping even more.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone any worse. They're just immediately dropping Samson Uber, and then Mooler unable to escape. This is exactly what MANDEM was looking for, just not losing and then just wasting as much time as possible. They're happy to just have Into sitting there whacking away at his gun. Just building up a nest nice and slowly, just taking it easy. But actually, okay, TLR, they're just going to move in before Ubers even come into play here. They have about 20% on the Uber before it comes in, but oh no, they lose 2 players immediately again. The center gun is so far back, and I don't even think it took damage. And yeah, they're gonna jump Haunts in behind.
Yeah, Haunts is going to be such a nuisance. No safe escape out towards the sewers. The bomb comes in. Big damage onto Zams, onto Mula. Shot doesn't quite land the second time of asking. Zams is able to hit that pipe, but second point being capped up, and now we are getting firmly into the realms of impossibility at this point, as now TLR just playing for their own pride, see if they can get any rounds on the board in this one. They're going to reclaim second, and they are going to get their own Uber charge up pretty soon. That pipe from Zams, they're able to do quite a bit of work, because otherwise Mula could have been in danger, but they'll be setting themselves up. TLR, what have you got for us?
Alright, let's see here. They're trying their best to get in there. Actually, Ryan takes down June, just jumps in. Gets it really well. Mula's gonna... Okay, they're just gonna take this one side, see if they can win it out that way, but oh no. Sam somehow, actually, Lalek's going down to the med. Yeah.
They got the drop and it just collapses like this. They get the first pick of that entire fight is Ryan getting onto June. And despite that, the push still doesn't work. Like, it's one of those things, like, if you're sat outside last and you're having trouble getting in, and you get like a drop on the medic and still it doesn't work, that's like such a hard one to take mentally, right? Because you think everything has gone right, but we still don't get the round. And Ryan must be absolutely fuming there, bombing in like that, getting that all-important kill onto June, but not going to matter as the second push comes out now from MANDEM. They're taking plenty of space, taking the fights, but actually they're dropping the players as Pandemic Zam's doing good work across the top. Mula's gone down, but at this point I think medics don't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. There's so little time on the clock. It's going to be just brawls from here on out as they decide they want to brawl instantly and go in and block second.
Yeah, we're going to have a new ETF2L champion this season here. It's very exciting. The reigning champions are unable to make it into the grand finals, and they look at where Flick is, just crouching in a corner, waiting for his opportunity.
Gonna get one soon, I guess. No, decides just to back out a little bit. No, spotted out now in so also. But actually, in the meantime, we should have been looking at the other side of the map because Fancy's gone in, got a 3k onto the combo of TLR, and now backcap attempt gonna be coming in a bit late. Flick there, gonna be taken down. Flick and Ryan doing all that they can in IT, but when your entire combo falls down, there's not a great deal that you can be doing on the flankers. Ryan managed to get a nice little kill there onto Bold and nearly gets the one to Lardux also.
And Fancy's just spawn camping. This man...
Oh, again.
Yeah, he would get banned from so many community servers. This is shameful display. Oh, in the skybox! Oh, they missed the air shot on the medic. To be fair, Mula is very difficult to air shot.
Absolutely, but it's taken down regardless. Now, actually, to be fair, Soldier and Demo go down for that, so not bad in the
good play by Mula, yeah, walking out of spawn into 2 players. Great play.
I mean, the fight can come through, right, obviously. The overcharge advantage is there for June. Spawners are coming in mid, getting capped up by Pandemic. I don't, actually, the entire team is just there, trying to take this fight onto mid as Ryan goes down, traded out. Zam's down also. So actually now Demo's down from either side and one Soldier advantage and a big Uber advantage for MANDEM. Will this be 4-1 or will this be 5-0? I think is the only question after that Mines.
Mula almost just did an incredible snipe there on June. Yeah, that would have been real good. new medic sniping the old one, but it wasn't to be. It just has not been TLR's season. They struggled a bit with the Mercs and whatnot, but even when the Mercs was no longer in effect, they just was still unable to get it. As looks like everyone's just kind of clowning about. It might be a 5-0, it might not. It looks like it is indeed gonna be a 5-0. Man, they're gonna take 6 points, finish #1 of the season by quite a bit over the #2 ranked team. So now we're gonna have a new champion. TLR unable to make it into playoffs. So now the question just is, who is going to make it into playoffs? We still don't know exactly yet. But basically, it's going to be a fight between Garda Panteri, Skeda, and MANDEM.
Garda are in, actually. They're in.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally, it's Skeda and MANDEM tomorrow. That's the all-important game. Skeda are ahead on points, but MANDEM could jump over everyone and sneak in that 4th spot. But like you say, it's a big loss from TLR, right? Obviously coming in as reigning champions, And yeah, looked so good last season, but never quite found their footing on this one. And honestly, this game, I think it could have been a lot closer. Gotta say that the turning point is I don't know. TLR never quite felt the same after that like insane play by Inso on mid.
Yeah,
I think
the
after
Inso incident.
that was literally like game turning. Because I think how close it was before that point. It had taken quite a while. There was a couple of stalemates, bit of flip flopping on mid, and then suddenly that play comes through. There's an instant round, then an instant mid to last. And it's like right, suddenly we're 2-0 down, and then I don't know. The game just sweeps away at that point, and yeah, it looked really rough. But TLR going out and MANDEM again looking so good, but that made me think this is league play MANDEM, right? Will this carry on?
Yeah, that is a big question. It's probably going to be a question we should answer more once we get to the playoffs, because right now we do have the absolutely important and very critical matchup between MANDEM and Skeda. It's just literally for all the marbles for them. It's just one of those two, right?
And we can have a look at some logs for this map. And we said before about how it can be a good scout map. And converts us, obviously. And we were mentioning Pandemic, and Pandemic didn't have a bad game, did quite a lot of damage, played pretty well, quite a lot of frags too. But there's one scout who's shining out. Boulder, 32-4. That's just unreasonable.
That's an 8 KD. I've had that in pops sometimes, but literally never in a game. That is just so crazy.
Against the like reigning Prem champions as well.
Yeah,
like, that is madness.
And they're trying their absolute best because it's a make or break for them. So yeah, Baldur just absolutely showing out. June only dying 4 times as well. Like if you just look at the kill or the death disparity between these two teams, you can definitely tell. Like one team was just ahead the entire time. Like Sam's going 6 for 22. I know some of those 22 deaths were like at the end when he was just kind of like jumping around, but still, just getting absolutely bullied.
I want to know, out of Fancy's DPM, how much of that was in that push where they were locking out the spawn doors for like a whole like 30 or 40 seconds? Because I feel like I saw Fancy get like multiple like 3 sticky deaths on like spawn shutters as they open, just racking up the stats from that one.
Was that round 3 or 2 where that happened? I'm just trying to look here. Okay, definitely not round 2. It must have been round 3. Yeah. No, wait, no.
I think it was round 2 actually. Maybe I think it maybe was round 2 because it was a super quick round, and I'm seeing here that that TLR got 1 kill in the round. So
but he only got 700 damage, and he got 1 kill. Is that?
Oh, that doesn't sound right. Never, but we'll find it eventually. But yeah, that's I don't know. Huge play from MANDEM, and yeah, commiserations TLR, but it's not the season for them. This one, it's going to be a new champions being crowned.
But do we know when the next game is, like the big game?
I believe the big game is tomorrow at 21:15 here on Essentials.tf. Going to have MANDEM, against Skeda playing for all the marbles. There is also one last game to play. That is going to be the Germans against Global Yeti, but that's not going to matter at all. None of those teams can make it in. I don't believe they even affect the tiebreakers either, given what we've had happen so far. But that's, I believe, going to be Sunday, maybe? I'm not too sure. But the one to watch is the Skeda MANDEM is the game to see tomorrow night. So be there, be here on Essentials TF to watch that one. But having Bempler, we've had John on production, and we've had Beta joining me. It's been a good one. Congratulations to MANDEM winning it out. Commiserations TLR for not making it through. But we'll see you all tomorrow night for the next game. So see you later.